Good morning, friend. So I am outside. Look at that sky. It's just gorgeous today. I wanted to touch upon what to do when things go awry and you have intense emotional responses or reactions to someone or something outside of your control. So one thing that I'm doing is I'm practicing conversations. Leela talks about this, Neville Goddard talks about it. It's where you, I suppose you could, in your mind's eye, you could see yourself talking to a friend, and they're saying the things to you that you are wanting to experience. Like, how good it is that you got the job you wanted, or the weight that you wanted to lose, that you're at your ideal weight, or the relationship that you're in, or whatever it is. I've been using this little hand mirror, and I just started doing this, but it was on my mind as something I wanted to use, a tool that I wanted to try out, where you look in the mirror and you talk, and I guess it's just a form of self-talk, but I'm saying all the things to myself as though it's already happened. It's already something that I am experiencing in my outer world. And so I'm doing this because it's a way of setting the stage for what I want to experience, instead of feeling like I keep getting sucked into old states of thinking, feeling patterns that don't feel good to me. And honestly, when it happens enough times, I get really motivated to just be like, I am so done with, feeling miserable or whatever it is. Intense emotions that feel unwanted or even unnecessary, because I know what I want, and I don't have to give my power away to anyone or anything outside of me. Sometimes I forget that I can kind of prepave what I want to experience, and sometimes I get lazy and I get distracted with doing things in my outer world, running errands, doing chores, things like that. And those are the times when I find that I'm most susceptible to getting kind of waylaid from the side with unexpected, unwanted feelings, stuffs from things outside myself. If I haven't set the stage, if I haven't set myself up for feeling good no matter what is going on outside of me, I have to give myself what I want in the inner. It's like the air that I breathe. That's how vital it feels to me to plug into what I'm doing with these teachings. And so if I go for any length of time, like a day or two, without listening to Neville Goddard or Leela or Edward Art Supply, I I feel the difference. I feel it in how I respond to things. I feel it in and just in my mood. I feel the contrast of where I'm not, on top of giving myself what it is that I want, and I can feel the difference. And honestly, that's when I seem to have the most, that's when unwanted experiences and feels seem to come at me with a greater intensity. And then I can get overwhelmed, and it can really knock me down, it can really knock me out of my off balance. And so instead of feeling bad that I've been knocked out of balance because of my own laziness or my own lack of consistency, I try to be gentle with myself, and I try to just observe that it's a storm, it's passing through. I am not the storm. I am just witnessing the storm. I'm experiencing the storm at times with strong emotion, but that doesn't define me. That doesn't define my entire life experience. My life experience is not a volatile storm. It is not an unpleasant experience. It's gonna move through, and the clouds are gonna part, the sun is gonna shine, the birds are going to sing, and everything is gonna realign in my perceptions and how I'm feeling. And so I mostly just have to give myself some grace and some some kindness that it happens. I know that I'm the only one that can really do anything about it. And the most important thing is I just keep getting back with my focus, just keep drawing my attention back to where I know it serves me best, and go from there, instead of prolonging the misery by trying to blame or argue or defend. Oh my God, those things are such a huge time sucks and really emotional sucks. Like, you can suck a whole day away. Being in a pissed off mood, or feeling hurt, or blaming someone for how you're feeling, or any of those things. And whenever I'm going through it, I'm always justified. I always have solid justification for how I'm feeling hurt, or how I'm feeling upset, or how things aren't the way that I want them to be in the observable what is, and how it's not my fault. And I really, it doesn't help me to justify coming at it that way, because it doesn't change anything in the way that I would want it to change, and it never feels good. That's usually how I know that I'm messing up with my focus and what I'm giving my attention to. But in the moment, I really stubbornly want to cling on to how I'm right and the other is wrong. And all the reasons, right? It's so funny when I can take a step back and have space from it and see it for what it is. I can laugh at it after the fact of my own, silliness, and in a way it's kind of a bit of folly, right? But gosh, in the moment of the storm and when I am justifying and being defensive and feeling like I'm right, those things don't help me. They don't help me, except for that they feel miserable, and I don't like feeling miserable. And I always come back around to recognizing, being aware that I'm not helping myself with maintaining that focus. So I'm doing the mirror conversations in the mirror, and I'm making time to do that. I'm making time to write down. Also, because it makes me feel good to give people that I love or that I appreciate or that I care about, giving them what they want. So I have conversations about how their world is just blooming and everything, and if I have specifics to include in the conversation, I'll use specifics. If I don't necessarily have specifics, I just know that I want good things for this person or their situation, I go general, and I give them in general, in the conversation, just general things like how happy they are, happier than they've been in such a long time, and it really, I don't know, it just boosts my my focus, my attention, and I feel like that's something that I can do as easily, and it feels really good, and it's just a loving kindness that I can offer. It's something lovely that I can give and create in this world for other people. And I feel like that helps me too, because it's a good focus. It's a nice feeling focus. And so that's what I'm doing, is all the things lovely that I can focus on. I've been doing some drawing and some watercolor, and getting ready to go on a little walk to get my mail and get my steps in this morning. But man, when the storm passes and the clouds part and the sun is shining and everything just feels so right, it's just such a good feeling, and I'm enjoying it immensely. And I guess this is just encouragement that if you're having moments that feel like stormy weather, to just be kind and gentle to yourself. Do whatever you can to take your focus and attention off of the person or the situation that seems to be a part of that, a part of the not good feeling, the part of the storm, and knock that down into a more manageable feeling space for yourself. You'll feel better. I know it always makes me feel better if I can even just kind of get it out, but also speak truths to myself about how I'm creating it, which, my pride wants to tell me otherwise, but I insist that I know that that's the best way to go about breaking it down, is accepting my responsibility for it, even when I would rather blame someone or something else. It's a funny little thing, a little practice, a little game. But the point is that we're not supposed to take these storms so seriously. They're just cleansing. They're moving through to help clear things up and bring awareness, because it always brings awareness to me. But you're not alone. I'm not alone in this. I know that we all have our moments. And, just got to be kind and gentle with ourselves and try not to keep stepping in it. If you see a pile of poo, you don't have to go stomping around in it and then blame someone or something outside of yourself for doing that, right? You're doing that yourself. And that's, I guess, what I wanted to share with you today, is that life is good. Everything is perfect in this world. There's nothing to fix. And the only thing to change is yourself. You give yourself the change that you desire. Give it to you. Give it to yourself as often and as much as possible. And be persistent, and don't worry about the doubts and the fears and all of that silliness, because those things begin to fade away the more consistent you are with giving yourself what you want. And you deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to give yourself every lovely thing that you can possibly give to yourself. I know I deserve it. I know how good it feels to give myself what is wanted. And that's what we're doing, right? We're remembering as much as we need to all the time that that's what we can give to ourselves to live the experience that we want to live. We're crafting it every moment, right? By giving ourselves what we want and ignoring that urge to jump into a focus of blaming or justifying or defending, because, man, that is old news. That is, and I'm going to keep doing it until it's no longer something that I feel compelled to do. And I don't know how long that will take, but it doesn't matter, because I'm not going to stop. That's what I'll do. I'll just keep doing it. I'll keep getting back up, and I'll keep doing it again and again and again until it's as natural as the air that I breathe. All right, so I hope that your day is beautiful in every way, and that you're giving yourself exactly what it is that you want. And I see you surrounded by love and light, friend. Until we talk again.